I hope Paddy is gonna lose, because if Paddy wins, it's gonna be a problem for me again.
Why do you think so?
I think he's gonna try and avoid me.
You say if he wins against Justin or if he wins against Ilya?
No, against Justin. Against Ilya, he never can beat Ilya.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants me to get hurt because I'm not gonna fight him. I'm a nightmare for him, and he knows that if we're gonna fight, he's gonna lose.
This fighter has been dominating headlines lately, and even though he's not actively competing in the octagon right now, he's still stirring up drama in his weight class. He's putting everyone on blast, basically calling out the entire division for running scared. The way he sees it, he's the only one ready to throw down while everyone else is playing hide and seek. His message is crystal clear. He thinks he's the boogeyman nobody wants to face. Everyone's running from me, so I'll just keep touring around and collecting these easy paychecks while I wait.
Me to get hurt because I'm not gonna fight him. I'm a nightmare for him, and he knows that if we're gonna fight, he's gonna lose, and he's gonna try not to fight me on his whole life. And I hope Justin Gaethje gonna knock him out and send him back to England, and he can eat his I don't know what he's eating there, chicken or whatever.
This guy revealed he's actually rooting for Justin Gaethje to beat Paddy Pimblett. His reasoning? If Gaethje wins, that sets up the fight he's been hunting for. But if Paddy takes it, he figures Paddy will just duck him like everyone else. He sees Gaethje as a real warrior who doesn't back down from anyone, which would make that matchup actually happen.
Because once I get this belt, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to beat Ilya. I'm going to beat Paddy. I'm going to beat Ilya. And then I got to get Max back. Have to. So I need him to win. I need him to beat Charles.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. They both beat me, so I want either one of those back. Those are the only two guys that I have the opportunity to get back right now. So that's what I'm shooting.
Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje is making it known that winning the belt would just be the beginning of his story. He's not planning to get comfortable once he reaches the top. Instead, he sees the championship as unlocking even bigger opportunities. That previous loss is still eating at him, and it's exactly what's pushing him forward right now.
Max Holloway for the BMF belt, a belt that you've held before. What do you think of that matchup?
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. I hope Max wins. I hope Ilya goes up, and then I can fight Max on the White House card and take the BMF belt and the championship.
Oh, there we go.
Gaethje has his sights set on running it back with Max Holloway, and he's hoping Holloway can get past Charles Oliveira. He also wants to see Ilia Topuria stay put and wait his turn, which would clear the path for him to settle things with Holloway for that title.
What if Ilya comes back in the summertime, right? And now you've got an interim champion, and usually the interim champion will fight the actual champion. Maybe. You're neither of those. That means we're talking about another fight happening, and you're not fighting for the belt, and now we're talking about the back end of the year.
Yeah, but maybe BMF title.
Okay.
So we'll see.
You don't want that, right? You want the real title.
Yeah, I want the real title, but I don't want to wait until the end of the next year. And then Ilya, he fights once a year. Maybe he defends his title in June, and then say, okay, I'll fight next year in June. And then what I can do, just stay. And I'm not that young to wait a lot too. So if they give me BMF title, it would be great too. If Charles Oliveira wins, so it's gonna be good. We got the story, and just get that belt, and then the real belt.
Our first fighter is also eyeing whoever comes out on top between Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway for that BMF belt. Since Ilia Topuria might not fight again until summer, and this guy points out Topuria only scraps once a year. He's not willing to sit around waiting. He sees that BMF championship as the perfect opportunity to stay busy and make bank in the meantime.
When I was going to lose to Max, who makes the choice there to go to sleep or knock him out, you know? Right. I knew I was losing, and I knew that was my only chance. And most people, you know, rightly so, would not take that chance. But that's who I am, and that's, if I get that chance, if I'm in that position again, I would do the same exact thing.
He has zero regrets about that wild decision he made in those final moments against Max Holloway. When he realized the fight was slipping away, he chose to bet everything on himself instead of just trying to survive until the final bell. He believes most fighters would never take that kind of risk, but embracing chaos has always been his trademark. If he ever finds himself in another moment like that, he says he wouldn't change a thing about his approach.
That he wants to keep this on the feet. We know his knockout power, but your submission skills are so slick. You want to take it to the ground?
Okay. I'll keep it on the feet with him.
Yeah.
Like,
there's the blueprint there to beat him. Max done it, and I everyone underestimates my strike, and everyone thinks I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna take him down, and I'm not. Like, he had an absolute war with Chandler, and I Chandler up. So I know MMA math doesn't work, but you'll see come Jan 24 when we have a perfect game plan and we finish him within 3.
Paddy Pimblett believes Max Holloway already gave everyone the blueprint for beating Justin Gaethje on the feet. He's feeling confident about standing and trading with him, planning to use Max's performance as his roadmap. Paddy's convinced his own game plan will get the job done, with a finish inside 3 rounds.
Every single one of these is a traumatic life experience, and it's, there's no matching the high or the low of winning or losing this sport. And, it kind of ruined other parts of life, but no, I am so hungry, and I've never felt more alive than when I feel in there. I will miss it when it's gone, and I think I truly love it more than most.
Are you allowing yourself to think about that yet? When you said when it's gone, you're not anywhere near that yet, are you?
No. But it's not the beginning. I'm 37 years old. There's no, I'd be a fool to think that we're just getting started here. The end is near.
But Gaethje acknowledges he's approaching the twilight of his fighting days. He describes fighting as this incredible rush that delivers the highest highs and lowest lows, something so intense it makes everything else in life feel different. Instead of running from that truth, he says he's embracing it and feeling more alive and driven than ever before. Even though he emphasizes he's not done yet, Gaethje admits he can see the end coming, and that awareness is making him treasure every moment he has left in this game.
One more knockout. I went to sleep. Before that, I'd never been put to sleep. If I would get put to sleep again, I would definitely call it quits.
Really? So you're drawing a line?
That's been my line. Yeah, it never happened. So it wasn't like if I get knocked out, I'm quitting. But once I got knocked out, 37 years old. If I was 20, 27, 30, this would be a different story. But this is not the beginning. This is definitely the end of my career, and it's been such an amazing thing. And obviously, they'll use and abuse you in this sport, and you have to protect yourself. And I obviously have created a team. I got my family and my coaches, and they all have my best interests in at hand. And I've always told them that I'm in it till they say I don't have it no more. Or whenever I feel like my younger self, the hunger of my younger self can beat the skills that I have now, then it would be done.
Gaethje also dropped the news that if he gets knocked out again, he'll probably hang up the gloves for good. He explained that getting knocked unconscious for the first time really made him think about where his career stands, noting that this isn't the beginning anymore, it's the final chapter. Gaethje stressed the importance of protecting his health and relying on his team and family to put his well-being first, knowing when to walk away before the sport takes more than it gives.
I wasn't too surprised. I know Ilya's going through a lot of stuff and wish him nothing but the best with it, know what I mean? That's nothing to do with his fighting, it's nothing to do with being in the cage, so all that around his family life, I hope everything goes perfect for him, but when he does finally come back and get in the cage, I want to punch his face in. But for now, when I win this belt, I am the champ, know what I mean? While he's out the cage, I'm the lightweight champ, and that's the way I see it.
So that interim belt to you will feel undisputed?
Yeah.
Paddy Pimblett hinted that he's already thinking about Ilia Topuria's comeback, even though he's completely locked in on Justin Gaethje at UFC 3. He made it clear there won't be any easy fights. When Topuria decides to return, he plans to meet him head-on and send a message. Pimblett's game plan is straightforward. Take care of Gaethje first, then shift all his focus to Topuria.
Well, essentially, he wants you to win. He wants that fight. Have you allowed yourself to think of what a fight with Ilya looks like?
Yeah, I think I beat him up as well, know what I mean? Like, he's very small compared to me, know what I mean? He's up to like here, he's not that wide. You've definitely seen that video of him and Pantoja just stood next to each other and they look the same weight. So, like, there's weight classes for a reason. And if he wants to fight me at 155, it'll get seriously messy on his face.
Paddy Pimblett threw some shade at Ilia Topuria's frame, suggesting his own build gives him a major advantage. He noted that Topuria is smaller and more compact, emphasizing that weight divisions exist for good reason. Pimblett warned that if Topuria decides to jump up to 55, he might be walking into serious danger.
Says Scousers don't get knocked out. What do you say to that?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Have you allowed?
I will try to test that theory.
Have you allowed yourself to think ahead to once you win, if you get the win, Ilya? No thought.
Nope, I've said it before. I don't ever plan on being alive after the fight. So if that's how it ends, that's how it ends.
Gaethje emphasized that his total focus is locked on Paddy Pimblett right now. He's approaching this fight with a complete war mentality. No distractions and no thoughts about anyone else. His concentration is laser-focused on the task at hand.
I think I finish him wherever the fight goes, to be honest. Obviously, I know we can bang, but every fight we get a breakdown made of our opponents, and it actually shocks me how much he gets hit. And I know he takes one to give one, but you can't really just do that at this level. That's why he's lost to people like Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, Charles, because you can't just take one to give one. And I'm not going to just be standing there to let him hit me back. You know what I mean? So, be using me range, keeping him on the outside, and I've got a feeling I'm going to knock him out, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I've just got a sneaky suspicion I'm going to knock him out. You know, I've been doing a lot of rounds with Luke Riley for this camp, and Luke's got much better technical striking than Justin Gaethje. And I'm having a lot of success sparring with Luke, and obviously one of my coaches, Ellis, who used to fight himself, he's the exact same build as Justin. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. And I've been doing rounds with him. He's literally, because he doesn't fight anymore, lad, and he's just a coach, he's just done Justin's style for me. He hasn't got his own style. He's been doing Justin for me, and just the bits what we're working, I can see me knocking him out or dropping him and then submitting him. People are going on about his takedown defense, but if I want to take him down, I will take him down, lad. Simple as.
Pimblett radiates confidence about a potential showdown with Justin Gaethje, suggesting he doesn't think it'll need the judges' scorecards. He sees Gaethje as dangerous but flawed and positions himself as the fighter who can capitalize on those weaknesses. Pimblett implies the fight ends with him getting a definitive finish.
No, Justin Gaethje has good wrestling. He uses it very well defensively. Can you foresee him maybe being able to stuff your takedowns?
No.
No.
I don't wrestle like a normal person. I don't shoot double legs and single legs and wrestle like a normal person does. I do everything differently. I'm not normal. So he's not gonna be able to get a sparring partner in what grapples like me or strikes like me, because I'm a weirdo.
Fair enough.
It's the way it is, but
He did call your style awkward, actually.
I'm honest, Val, and I'm very awkward. You can't really get a sparring partner in to do me because I'm so awkward. So I'm looking forward to fighting him. As I say, he's a legend. He's someone I've always loved watching. So to get the chance to actually get in the cage and fight with him is unbelievable. I can't wait, and to have Justin Gaethje on my resume is going to be something that'll last forever. You know what I mean? It'll be part of my legacy, and I'm looking forward to it. I just hope he doesn't retire once he.
Pimblett owns his unconventional style completely. He admits his approach might look awkward and strange, but points out that his striking and grappling don't follow standard patterns, making him impossible to replicate in training. Paddy claims no sparring partner can truly mimic what he brings, leaving opponents confused and giving him that crucial edge when it matters.
He's against Daniel Cormier. What a stuffy. Cormier really is. I think if you really get to know Daniel Cormier, he's really not. He's an asshole. He was an asshole. I mean, he didn't really connect with any of the fighters here. He's just an asshole. I tried to make peace with him many times, and he made it very clear that he wants to be enemies for the rest of his life because how lucrative it is.
But you guys having fun here.
There was moments where we got to laugh, but for the most part, he's a kid. You look at the way that he treats his staff members. He brought like 10 yes men out with him and literally, go get me my water. Where's my this? Why is that this? It was just, he just bosses guys around. And the times we weren't filming, he wasn't very sociable with the people on set. He's just a kid. I think people that really work with him know that.
Daniel Cormier has finally fired back at John Jones's recent attacks. Jones recently went after Cormier, claiming he's tried multiple times to let their beef die. He suggested that regardless of what he does, the bad blood continues, making him feel like Cormier wants to keep their feud burning. Jones says their old rivalry has turned into personal hatred that DC refuses to let heal.
There was moments where we got to laugh, but for the most part, he's a dickhead. You look at the way that he treats his staff members. He brought like 10 yes men out with him and literally, go get me my water. Where's my this? Why is that this? It was just, he just bosses guys around. And the times we weren't filming, he wasn't very sociable with the people on set. He's just a dickhead. I think people that really work with him knows that.
Jones reflected on his interactions with Daniel Cormier, describing the atmosphere as hostile behind the scenes. He mentioned that any peaceful moments were overshadowed by tension, with Cormier staying within his circle, and acting in ways that created conflict. Jones suggested their shared experiences only reinforced their existing problems, keeping his opinion of Cormier largely unchanged.
Oh, not willing to make peace. Didn't connect with the fighters. There was like 4 shots in 30 seconds there.
Did you have you worked with me?
Yes, I have.
For how long?
I worked, friends, covered you.
How long am I all those things?
No, that's why I thought it was very interesting to hear from him.
So then just trust John Jones. Maybe I'm all those things to him. Like, here's the deal. We were around each other every single day, and we were cordial. We had times where John and I actually laughed at stuff. Like, we laughed together at stuff. But if I didn't have to be around him, I'm not going to voluntarily be around him. Why would I want that? Look, man, I don't harbor the emotion of the past that I did with him. I really don't. But we spoke negatively about each other's families. We had a nasty, nasty thing. Like, he cheated constantly. Like, I don't have to let him off the hook and be his friend.
Cormier addressed John Jones's latest attacks directly. Looking back at their complicated past, he acknowledged they'd been around each other plenty and even had some friendly interactions, but made it clear he wouldn't choose to hang out with Jones. Cormier admitted their history was ugly, full of personal attacks and betrayal, and while his emotions aren't as intense as they used to be, he's not forgiving Jones or seeking any friendship.
Do you compete against him in something this year? This seems to be the hot button issue right now. People want to see you in the RAF promotion or in some sort of competition. What are the chances?
I don't know, man. I don't know if it'll happen. Listen, to make me and him do anything costs so much money. There's very few people that can actually make it happen. So I don't know if it happens. And, you know, the whole wrestling thing, like, you know, that's cool, man. It's all cool to make pipe dreams, but I don't know that he's willing to allow me to embarrass him on a wrestling mat.
Daniel Cormier also confirmed he'd entertain a wrestling match with John Jones, though he acknowledges making it happen would be complicated. He explained that putting together such an event would be expensive and logistically challenging. Plus, he doubts Jones would actually agree to just wrestle. Still, Cormier leaves the door open, calling it an intriguing matchup fans would love to see, even if it remains unlikely.
Yeah, I'll go wrestle John Jones.
What if John Jones wants to fight?
He don't even have to make a video to ask me to wrestle.
Yeah. What if John Jones wants to fight?
I'm not fighting, man.
You don't?
No. I'm not fighting. Look at my face, dude. Look at all this gray.
Hey, you look great. I like the beard.
Hey, I'm not fighting. I would box him, but I'm not fighting.
You would box John? I would love to see it.
Why not?
Really?
Yeah. I'd box him his face up.
Wow.
I'm old. Hey, Rob prefer to actually just not do any of that stuff, honestly.
Okay.
I'm old, man. I'm a commentator. I'm chilling. Yeah. Wrestling match probably. Wrestling match would be preferable.
How does it go?
Wrestling?
Yeah.
10-0.
10-0. Easy.
Bro, I am an Olympian.
2-time.
We're going to get in a wrestling stance and wrestle with shoes on? 10-0.
Cormier was direct about a potential fight with John Jones. He stated flat out he doesn't want to compete anymore, joking about his age and gray hair, but he's completely confident in a pure wrestling match. Cormier declared that if they wrestled, it would be one-sided, claiming his Olympic background would lead to an easy 10-0 victory.
This does happen. What you thinking, Henry? Because I don't think it's what people are general consensus is thinking. I don't think that's how this goes down.
What do you mean, like as in?
What you thinking? How you thinking?
No, you're telling me you got John Jones?
I'm not telling you anything. All I'm saying is that's the general consensus, and I'm telling you right now, it's not that simple. Because John Jones never went to the Division I and had the accolades and all of that, people sleep on just how talented John Jones. I believe John Jones could have been a multiple-time Division I champion. I believe that. John Jones was that good at wrestling. That good. And I've watched John Jones decide, I'm going to wrestle. And when he decided to wrestle, he made people look bad to where I'm telling you, this man is just freak athletic talent and the whole family. You know, John and Arthur, both state champion, New York state champions, You know, I know that's not saying a lot because that's high school, and DC definitely has the international, you know, accolades. But listen, they fought. And yes, I understand that's just fighting, that's MMA. But when it came down to that wrestling exchange, John is no slouch. This ain't going to be just that easy.
Marcus Jones warned against sleeping on Jon Jones, pointing out that his ability speaks for itself despite not having that Division I wrestling background. He explained that when Jones chooses to wrestle, he controls the tempo and can trouble even elite-level opponents. Marcus emphasized that a match against Daniel Cormier would be far from easy, highlighting Jones as a serious threat on the mat, not a sure thing.
Spending all the time with John in Thailand, he's different today than he was back then. He's not that same person that he was back when him and I were going through all of our stuff. I just know. You know what Khabib is? You know what Khabib is and why he's such a great coach? Khabib is the most selfless person you've ever met. Dude, he can put his athletes above himself, in front of him, in everything that he does. And in order to be a great coach, you cannot have an ego. You have to become secondary to everyone that you coach. And John is he's still on the roster. He's an active fighter. And I don't know if he can be as giving and selfless to make Gable the true star of the show.
Daniel Cormier raised questions about Jon Jones' approach as a head coach. He suggests Jones has changed over the years and implies his ego might be getting in the way. Cormier points out that truly great coaches put the team above everything else, but he thinks Jones still has that competitor mindset instead of someone who's focused on developing others.